The Galaxy S26 Ultra could be the best smartphone ever, and the screen could provide it with a significant advantage over the iPhone 17 Pro. Following the successful launch of the iPhone 17 series, Samsung faces pressure to remain competitive. One strategy the South Korean company might adopt to gain an edge is by equipping the S26 Ultra with its most advanced display to date. According to ET News, the S26 Ultra is set to feature a display that is both brighter and thinner than that of the S25 Ultra. Reports suggest that Samsung is ahead of its competitors, LG Chem and Dixon Neolux, and plans to integrate cutting-edge technologies into the Galaxy S26 Ultra. The device is expected to utilize the new M14 material, which is anticipated to enhance brightness, reduce power consumption, and extend lifespan. M14 is considered the most advanced OLED material, and while the iPhone 17 Pro was rumored to feature it, it has yet to be confirmed whether that speculation is accurate. Even if the iPhone 17 Pro does feature an M14 display, it, along with other leading smartphones of 2025, may still find it challenging to compete with the S26 Ultra in terms of display quality. This is partly because the S26 Ultra is likely to incorporate color filter on encapsulation technology. This is because Samsung foldable phones have been using this technology since 2021. The color filter on encapsulation allows manufacturers to integrate the color filter into the protective layer of the OLED, eliminating the need for a separate polarizer film. While a polarizer is typically used to minimize reflections on smartphone screens, it contributes to a thicker display and diminished brightness. Samsung is obviously aiming to steal Apple's thunder by being the first to apply the color filter on encapsulation tech on a traditional phone, as the iPhone maker aims to do the same with its 20th anniversary handset. The anticipated S26 Pro and Edge will stay with the M13 tech that was seen on the S24 and the S25 series. The rumor also states that the Pro will have a 6.27-inch display, the Edge model will arrive with a 6.66-inch screen, and the Ultra will sport a 6.89-inch display. The S25 Ultra is a reasonably successful phone, but the iPhone 17 Pro is on course to overshadow it by being a smash hit. The S26 Ultra will need to be a major upgrade to be competitive, and an amazing display would undoubtedly aid that cause. The handset is also rumored for design and camera enhancements, while battery specs may disappoint. On the software side, the stable One UI 8 recently began trickling out to Samsung's phone lineup, but we're already on to the next iteration. The first One UI 8.5 builds are already being tested, and we even get a look at some of the iOS 26-inspired design changes coming along. Thanks to the leaked build, we've also discovered several new features, such as a system for managing photosensitive epilepsy, and the first references to Galaxy Buds 4 and Galaxy Buds 4 Pro. We've now noticed indications about a new private display/privacy display function that could tie it with a reported Galaxy S26 Ultra feature. Per earlier leaks, the S26 Ultra is supposed to have Flex Magic Pixel technology on its screen. Samsung Display had previously disclosed this innovation, which employs AI to adjust a screen's pixels to regulate viewing angles so that the screen is not clearly visible to the person next to you. We've now noticed code among the claimed One UI 8.5 releases that shed some more insight on this functionality. It might be labeled as Private Display or Privacy Display, as both titles have been used interchangeably. As the feature description indicates, the Privacy Display and Private Display function will limit screen exposure from side angles to safeguard user privacy in public. Ignoring the spelling issues in the various strings, we learn from the strings that when the setting is activated, the Private Display feature will automatically kick in when users use critical apps in crowded settings. Code also suggests that there could be two types of privacy levels that users can pick from. Maximum privacy. For even stronger privacy protection, make the screen dimmer than usual while Private Display is on manual settings. It's not immediately clear what parameters will fall under manual settings. We found code for custom circumstances too, and these may be added in manual settings to allow consumers more control over when the feature operates. These strings show that users can build up custom conditions for the Private Display function. They will be able to choose specific apps that the functionality would activate on, like your specific banking or messaging apps, and even set a schedule for it. Samsung has not yet disclosed the private display functionality, nor has it mentioned or offered any specifics regarding the next One UI 8.5 update. Given that the private display feature does have specific hardware requirements, especially Samsung Display's Flex Magic Pixel technology, it may remain limited to future smartphones, like the S26 Ultra, as per leaks. The AI features and software enhancements, thus it's fair to suppose that we will get One UI 8.5 with the S26 series in early 2026. We'll keep you updated when we learn more. One of the most keenly anticipated aspects of the S26 Ultra is its purported 60-watt quick charging capabilities. This would represent a major leap from the current 45-watt norm, potentially allowing consumers to recharge their devices in a tenth of the time. Faster charging might be a terrific alternative for people who rely on their smartphones for intensive tasks like gaming, streaming, and multitasking throughout the day. By implementing this function, Samsung might close the gap with competitors such as Xiaomi and OnePlus, who have long offered superior charging speeds. However, sources imply that this 60-watt charging option may only be offered in specific regions, raising worries about inconsistent user experiences across global marketplaces. For Samsung to genuinely exceed user expectations, it will need to ensure that this function is both reliable and broadly available. Additionally, worries remain regarding the long-term impact of faster charging on battery health, an issue that Samsung must address to maintain user trust. The S Pen has been a defining element of Samsung's Ultra series, offering customers a unique tool for work and creativity. Rumors of a redesign claim that Samsung may replace the built-in silo for the stylus with a magnetic attachment system, similar to the approach utilized by Apple's iPad. This move could free up precious internal space, potentially allowing for advancements such as a larger battery or improved cooling systems. While a magnetic attachment mechanism might offer a sleeker and more adaptable design, it also offers significant downsides. Users may worry about the stylus being less secure or more prone to loss, especially during vacation or everyday use. The convenience of the integrated slot has been a trademark of the S Pen experience, and its removal could alienate dedicated customers who have come to rely on this feature. Samsung will need to strike a fine balance between innovation and practicality to ensure that the revamped S Pen enriches the entire user experience rather than detracting from it. Battery performance remains a primary consideration for smartphone owners, and the S26 Ultra is anticipated to bring a significant increase in this area. Reports claim the smartphone could include a 6,000 mAh battery, a substantial increase from the current 5,000 mAh standard. This enhancement will likely result in longer usage durations, particularly for power-intensive activities such as gaming, video streaming, and multitasking. The alleged faster charging technology would complement this larger battery, allowing customers to swiftly refresh their smartphones without sacrificing longevity. However, attaining this balance will require careful hardware optimization to prevent concerns such as overheating or inconsistent performance. If Samsung can effectively integrate these advancements, the S26 Ultra might establish a new benchmark for battery performance in top smartphones. Samsung has historically been at the forefront of smartphone photography, and the S26 Ultra is likely to continue this legacy with substantial camera advancements. Rumors imply the launch of a new main camera with variable aperture, a feature that could increase performance in different lighting settings. This technology may boost low-light photography, depth of field effects, and overall image quality, making the gadget particularly enticing to photography aficionados. However, the likely removal of the 3x telephoto lens has caused discussion among admirers. While the variable aperture could open up new creative options, some users may miss the specialized zoom capabilities that the telephoto lens provides. Balancing these changes will be crucial for Samsung to maintain its image as a leader in mobile photography. The company's ability to innovate while keeping the characteristics that people value most will likely determine the success of the 26 Ultra in this competitive space. The speculated improvements to the S26 Ultra have drawn conflicting reactions from fans and industry watchers alike. On one side, many are enthusiastic about the promise for faster charging, a larger battery, and enhanced camera features. These upgrades could address long-standing pain areas and raise the user experience to new heights. On the other hand, concerns over the loss of signature characteristics, such as the built-in S Pen silo, reflect the problems Samsung confronts in appealing to its broad user base. For some, the success of the Galaxy S26 Ultra will rely on how well Samsung executes these modifications. If the firm can provide major upgrades without compromising the capabilities that users have come to rely on, the device might set a new standard for flagship smartphones. However, any missteps, whether in charging speed, S Pen design, or camera functionality, could lessen its attractiveness and leave users doubting the direction of the Ultra series, the high-stakes future of Samsung's flagship lineup. The Samsung S26 Ultra represents a dramatic move forward for the firm, with ambitious upgrades that have the ability to alter its flagship series. From faster charging and a revamped S Pen to a larger battery and better camera features, the device is filled with advances targeted at increasing the user experience. However, these improvements also come with dangers, particularly if they fail to resonate with devoted users or fall short of expectations. As the release date approaches, all eyes will be on Samsung to see if the S26 Ultra can deliver on its promises. Success will rest on the company's ability to blend creativity with pragmatism, making sure that these bold decisions enhance the entire user experience. If performed well, the S26 Ultra may strengthen Samsung's status as a leader in the competitive smartphone market and set a new benchmark for what a flagship handset can achieve. So stay tuned for more update on the Galaxy series, and I will see you in the next one.